Give me a second. I'm just checking all the lights here, making sure that we have no problems. I'm doing something new here, so there's always the fear. Something breaking. YouTube, check. How about Twitch? Where are you, Twitch? Can't find Twitch. Come on. Why can't I see Twitch? Do I have to refresh? Turn it off and on again? All right, says live. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. The good old trick of turn it off and on again. Always works. I'm gonna put Stream Manager over here so I can be more alert. Where is it? Sorry, I'm still new to this. Oh, here it is. Twitch stuff. I'm gonna get better. Don't worry. Okay. All right. Guys, hi guys. How is everyone doing? Welcome. Welcome everybody to the first installment of drumroll. The Laravel stream. My name is Arturo and we are going to stream every week, we're going to stream 3 days a week starting today on YouTube and Twitch. If you have not followed me on Twitch, go ahead and do so now. If you are on YouTube, leave me a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And Yarin Dominguez, how you doing, man? Thank you for being here. First on chat. Hold on, I lost the window that I was looking at. Okay, there you go. So yeah, we are going to start streaming 3 days a week. And today we are going to start with a new project. So today is not, I don't see myself coding too much today. We're going to just probably plan out what we are going to do, how the application is going to look. This is distracting me. Hold on. And yeah, mostly just coming up with a plan. That's the idea for today. And let me tell you a little bit about what the idea of the project is. So maybe I can show you. So for those of you who don't know, hold on, let me turn down the AC because it's getting hot in here already. Here we go. So for those of you who don't know, I live in Costa Rica. So I primarily speak Spanish, but I decided to create this channel in English because that was most of the content that I consume is on English. So I thought that was it was a good idea. Someday in the future, I will have a Spanish channel. So not the point. So I live in I live in Costa Rica. So here in Costa Rica, we have a page. Actually, we have several radio stations that are part of one big radio station company, right? So that big radio station company has several small radio stations, and on those radio stations, they created a web service where you as a user can sign up and then basically just type in, you have a form where you type in your ad for your business or service or whatever you want to advertise. And the idea is that you fill in the form, type in your ad, and then submit it. I don't know exactly if you have to pay for it up front or after the fact. The thing is that someone on the radio will take your ad typed in and will do the voiceover. And I think they send you a notification saying, okay, the voiceover is ready, you can review it. And when you're filling the form, the user has the option to choose which radio station to advertise in and at what date and time. You can select multiple times, and every ad that you choose or every time slot that you choose, you get charged like $12, something like that. Mega desenvolvedor. How you doing? Good evening. How's your day going? Jacob Learn, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you as well. 4:38 a.m. It baffles me that people can actually wake up at that hour. If you picture me at 5:38 in the morning, it'll be just me dead completely. So it is amazing to me. Brazil mentioned 22. That's 10:38. Thank you for being here. 10:38. Wow. Okay. Better show than tell. Check this out. I'm going to leave this one open. New tab, and this is in Spanish. So this is the web page. It's all in Spanish. If you understand Spanish, great. If not, don't worry about it. It's vomit inducing because this is just, I don't know, as generic as you can get. Bunch of images, very plain. But the idea of this place is that you can submit your ad. So you just, oh, interesting. They keep my text, probably a cookie. So you just choose your service, an event, an article, maybe something you're selling or a service or anything else. And then you put in your ad, whatever you want to sell here. You have a maximum of 300 characters to go. And then you choose the radio station. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 radio stations you can choose from. And once you choose your radio station, you get a short description of what radio station is, what the radio station target demographic is, etc. What kind of music they play. And then there's only one fee right now, which is about $12. And then you can select a day for your ad. You can always choose 5 days in advance. And once you choose a date, you can choose as many time slots as you want. Let's say you want those 3. And you can add those. It will calculate the amount of money that you have to pay for all of them. It's about $20, something like that. No, $40. And you get a description here, and you can get rid of one of those, etc. The thing is, once you review and pay, so yeah, you have to pay in advance. Interesting. So once you get all of this and then you pay, you will get a notification back from the radio station that someone already recorded your ad, so you can review it and approve it or etc. So how about we make it worse? Instead of having someone record your ad on a radio station, so why do we need a professional voiceover when we can just use text to speech, right? So my idea is to create something similar, just a simple form that you can fill up. You can register, you can fill up the form, type in your ad, and then you get text to speech. We will use text to speech to transform your text into an actual audio file. that you can review, and then you can pay, and then your ad will go off to the radio station and they will play it at the time slot that you selected. So we're going to need text to speech. We're going to integrate OpenAI. We're going to use, I was thinking that we could use Paddle for this project. I was looking into it just before the stream. Looks really nice. Why are you refreshing? Okay. So I created a test account. So it's in test mode. So maybe we could use this instead of Stripe. What is the project about and how does it work? Okay, I just explained it basically. I'm going to use Laravel and Livewire. We're going to use Paddle for the payment. We are going to use, what else do we need? Yeah, basically that. I'm still not decided on whether to use Filament or not, because it would take the heavy lifting of tables and forms and submissions. Maybe we could do a combination of Filament for all of the UI components, tables, forms, etc. That combined with a Laravel Breeze starter kit with Livewire as the flavor. So yeah, that's the idea. We're gonna take this project and we're gonna work on it for however we need to. It's a small project, but it's deceiving. Yeah, it's an advertising platform, basically. You can type your ad for a radio station, text to speech to transform your text into an audio file, and then yeah, you pay for your time slots, and that's it. And like I was saying, it's a small project, but has a lot of small features that are deceivingly complicated. Like, for example, that form that you saw there, like the place where you type your ad, you have to constrain that to 300 characters, and you have a live count of how many characters are left. The integration with text to speech, how do we handle the files, how do we handle the payment, etc., etc. Sounds great. Awesome. I'm glad you like it. We're gonna have fun with this. What can we do today? Okay, so maybe let's start identifying what is it that we need. So I was just typing some stuff here before, just to create a kind of a design document. Not really, but just putting my idea into something written. So create radio ads using text-to-speech, OpenAI. Allow the users to sign up. So that's one of the things that we're going to need. So we're going to need sign up process. Can I underline this? How do you underline? Highlight. There you go. We're going to need a sign up process to create ads for a radio station using OpenAI text to speech. The user pays for each ad. So we're going to need a payment integration. They can pay individually or in bulk. They can select the radio station, date and time. So we are going to need something akin of an appointment system, so that the radio station can manage the schedules for each radio station, and at what times the radio schedules are, at what times the radio station is going to play your ad. Who just followed? Yadin Dev, that was right now. Yadin Dev, hi, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. Also, Len Banana, who subscribed a few days ago, and Mr. Funny Good Feeling as well. Thank you so much for your follows on Twitch. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. So yeah, something akin of appointment system where you have time slots and you have dates, and the rate extension can manage those, and the user can select those in the UI. Let me just put it in parentheses here. Now the user can review the audio for the ad once. So I'm thinking about this in kind of a 3-stage process. And that's why I think Filament will be a great asset for this project, because we can, with Filament, it is that simple to create a like a wizard form, where the first step is put in your personal information. Well, not really, because you're signed up. So put in your ad information, the select a time slot, etc. The second step is the review process, where we take the text, create an audio file so that you can review the audio, play the audio, make sure it sounds the way you want, review all of the time slots that you selected, review the total price, and then the third step is, okay, checkout. This is where you pay. You will probably get redirected to the Paddle payment portal. If it works anything like Stripe, that's what I'm expecting. So yeah, maybe a kind of a wizard of a 3-step process for the main form. Actually, I can just do this, right? No, not that one. Yep. I think we're decided on Paddle. Okay. Kind of simple. I'll be adding more to this document as we go. I don't know if I'm going to start with tests right away. Maybe at some point when we are a little bit more into the process, just because, I don't know, when you deal with third-party services like the payment Paddle or OpenAI, I think the easiest way to test that is just contacting the real service. Paddle, in this case, is going to be on Sandbox, so there's no problem there. OpenAI, I'm a little bit on the fence on that one, because that one does take up, like, if I'm testing it, I'm gonna be hitting the API endpoint on OpenAI, and that one does charge you. I don't know if that's gonna get out of control quickly or not. So I'm still deciding. I'm deciding on the tests yet. We will have tests for sure. We need tests, but I'm not sure if they're gonna be my highest priority at the beginning. I think my highest priority at the beginning will be to just nail the UI, make sure the form looks good and it works. Second priority, I think, will be file handling. I'm not going to use AWS, that's for sure. So I'm either going to keep all the files locally, or I'm going to try to make some kind of integration with, I don't know, maybe Google Drive. I think they have an API, but we'll see. If anything else, we'll just keep it local. Switching from a local driver to any other driver in Laravel, it's also very simple. So I'm not expecting any hurdles for someone who is working locally and all of a sudden they want to switch to AWS, for example. So for simplicity's sake, I think we should start with just local files. Oh, sorry. So what can we do today? Just so that we can get our beaks wet. Why don't we start just playing around with creating a project, obviously. And let's play around with the form wizard from Filament. I've never used it, but I'm very curious about how that looks. And we're not going to use Filament to its full extent. I'm not going to create, maybe I will, but not for the front-facing form. The front-facing form, I'm imagining it as a Livewire application, Livewire components mixed with Filament elements, tables, forms, etc. So yeah, let's go ahead, take a look at that. Where's the wizard? Here it is. See how simple this is? You just have to use a wizard as a form and just add steps to it. So step 1 has its own schema, step 2 has its own schema, step 3 has its own schema. I'm curious if I can combine info list elements in a single form. I'm guessing not. Setting setup icons, customizing the completed steps. This looks really good. You can render your own custom button. That's nice. Let me zoom in a bit. I'm already zoomed in. Steps may also have an icon when the step, oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use this one, the billing one. And you can set up icons for when every step is completed. That's also really cool. Adding descriptions to the steps, that's very useful. Active steps, allowing steps to be skipped. I don't need that. Persisting the current step in the URL square string. Oh, nice. It's very, very cool. Probably going to use that too. Life cycle hooks after validation, before validation. Preventing the next step from being loaded. That's actually going to be useful as well. Using grid columns within a step. Okay, nice. Customizing the wizard action objects. Okay, that looks good. And like I said, I'm going to use this, but I'm going to use it as a Livewire component. So something like this. I will have my own Livewire component, and I will just implement has forms and then add a form to the page like this. Same thing with tables. The user should have the ability to see all their past orders in a table in some kind of administrative panel. I think I'm going to use Breeze for that, to be honest. So I'm not going to end up using Filament panels for anything, just the individual components. Actually, let me just close this. All right, the most satisfying part of every single Laravel project, I compare this to, you know, when you get a new phone, like the latest model, and you take it out of the box and you peel the protective film out of the screen. You know that feeling? That so satisfying feeling? I compare that to this. Laravel new, how do we call this? TT Acts. That's a good name. Instead of TTS. Text to speech, this is text to ads. So yeah, peeling a protective film out of a new toy is compared to this. Out of the Breeze, it's like taking a gift out of a box or something. Like brand shiny new project. I love it. Laravel Breeze, Livewire with class API. So Livewire with class API. Yeah, I don't like the functional API. I've seen it. It's good. It's very elegant. I just can't. My brain doesn't. It's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around it. So class API all the way with Alpine. Yay. Would you like dark mode support? Of course I do. It should be default. Which testing framework do you prefer? Pest, obviously. Would you like to initialize a Git repository? Yes, I would. There you go. Like, oh yeah, perfect. SQLite, oh well, hold on. Hold your phone. Yes, SQLite. Would you like to run the default database migrations? Yes, please. Would you like to create a database? Of course, thank you. Hey Milen, how you doing? Thank you for being here. So nice to see you. Yeah, I know, right? It's gonna be easier for you to catch me live now. I'm gonna be streaming 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Same time, 7:30. We're going to go live for an hour, regardless of having a project or not. We're just gonna stream and we'll figure out what to do. If we don't have a project, we can just talk about something about Laravel or practice or learn something new, whatever. 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, same time. All right. All right, so we have a new project, and because I have heard, let me open this in Chrome. way easier. Today we are starting a new project where we are going to create a kind of an advertising service for radio stations where the user can create their own ads using text. And we are going to use OpenAI's text to speech to take that and transform it into an audio file that is going to be played on the radio. Well, not really, but the user will pay for the ads. So payment payment gateway, OpenAI, and admin panel. Side note found. What are you talking about? Oh, darn. Created it in the wrong place. So move, oh, sorry. MF, DT ads into herd. There you are. Nice and shiny new project. We're going to need a register. So yeah, we're going to let users register. This will be open to anyone. So this is handy. Register myself. Never. Okay. Let's create an example form that will kind of resemble the one that we want, at least for the 3 steps that we want. So first step, we're going to have a select box for the kind of service. This is going to be just dummy data. It's not going to do anything, but I just want to see it in the screen. Select box, text area, and some other fields. I just want to get the feel of it. So for that, we're going to need Filament. I don't need you anymore. Bye. Let's start. Where do we start? We're gonna need a new component. Full page component. Oh, I actually needed you for one last step. Okay, so maybe a new component. We're gonna call it create ad. that is going to be a page, actually. And if that's going to be a page, maybe we should put it in app, Livewire. We have actions, we have forms. Let's put it in pages. Okay. And there is our new component. Now we can go and bring in filament forms. Okay, this is ready. I don't have the route. Hold on. Visual Studio Code. Restart to apply the latest update. Later. Let's create a new page. Let's say that this route is called ads create. And for this, we're going to use the create add component class. We need to, this is behind authentication. So let's add the middleware. And let's name it ads create. At some point, I'm going to create a route group, not for now. Okay. We need to install the form builder. Okay. It's one step done. To quickly get started with Filament in a new Laravel project, run the following commands to install Livewire, Alpine.js, and Tailwind CSS. Yeah, we need that. Well, didn't Breeze already install something like that? Yeah, existing Laravel project. I think Breeze already took care of Tailwind CSS. It's already there. Alpine.js, I'm pretty sure that's already there, or we wouldn't have Livewire. So we need to follow this step instead for an existing Laravel project. PHP artisan filament install forms. Make this kind of small here. Hold on, Milan. I'll get to your comment in a second. Hey Turo, have you tried Codium AI for VS Code? Really start liking it as it analyzes your whole platform and suggests auto coding based on your other methods and expected approaches. Have not tried it. The only AI assistant that I've tried also since Filament is using a tool stack, I am experimenting with Jetstream. Oh, yeah, that's something I definitely need to try at some point. And it seems to be working perfectly. I'm glad with Livewire and Filament, but also offering two-factor authentication out of the box. That's fantastic. That's really nice. Doesn't Filament have 2FA? Anyway, so I was saying, I haven't tried it. The only AI assistant that I tried with VS Code was Copilot. I did a trial run for it. Didn't like it. I don't know if it's just me, but I find it that it was more often than not it gets in it again. For me, it gets in the way. I really don't like maybe it was just that platform, but I didn't really like the aggressiveness in which aggressiveness in which the assistant tries to code for you. And maybe maybe it's only a me thing, but I didn't like it. So no, I haven't tried it. Maybe I will. Sounds interesting that it's going to use just your code base for the suggestion. Yeah, okay. I'll give it a try. Codium. Let me go check that out real quick. The modern coding superpower. I will advise this. Take it or leave it. It's just my advice. And this is for anything AI related to code. Never trust the output of an AI assistant. Use it as a base. Use it to have something created quickly that you can iterate on. Never use it as is, because no matter what, the AI is going to be fed by it needs to be fed, and it needs to learn out of something. And more often than not, the code that feeds it is not great most of the times. So if you're going to use an AI assistant, use it as a base for something that you create, but never just use it as is. That's my 2 cents. So, Ul34, yo, hi, are you doing a Laravel website? I am. I'm trying to familiarize with Laravel. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Where are you here? I'm trying to familiarize with Laravel. I hated that the chat gets hidden. Okay, I'm a third-year student and I don't know how to get through this. Third-year student. Well, if there's anything I can help, I definitely will. If you have questions or you're working on something and you need to ask something for help, I'm always available, whether in the comment section of my videos or if you need to post a longer question and provide code snippets, you can always jump into Discord and ask your questions there. I'm still a newbie. We were all a newbie at some point. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Don't stress about not getting through it now, but you will get there. I promise you will get there. Everyone has been in your place at some point in time. Everyone. Nobody knows everything at first, but you will get there. So don't give up. Practice as much as you can. And yeah, I'm so confused about controllers and routing. Yeah, it's a confusing paradigm to get around at first. But I will tell you this. The first time I experienced the model view controller, I don't know how to call it, pattern. The first time I started using model view controllers, it wasn't on Laravel. It was in something called Cake PHP. Don't look it up. I mean, it's probably good for what it is, but stay with Laravel. Basically, it's the same thing. You have routers, controllers, and views. And yeah, it is difficult to wrap your head around that if you've only worked with vanilla PHP in the past, because or maybe other languages. I don't know what languages you are learning as well in at university or in your classes, but usually the languages that you learn are very structured languages. So yeah, when you're used to structured languages, you are always thinking top to bottom. Same file, everything in one file, everything has to be there and it start to finish. And yeah, getting your head around routers and controllers and views, it's a bit complicated at first, but you'll get it. You're a smart cookie. I know you can get it. What is this? Oh, it's an extension. Okay. Yeah, nobody likes Copilot. Oof, Jesus Christ. Let me see. I will give it a try, but I don't know why I find that thing about you're typing something and then you have like 3, 4, 5, 10 lines of code below you about what you're trying to do. I don't know why I find that so distracting sometimes. Maybe it was Copilot. Maybe it was just a bad first impression, a bad experience. But I don't know. It's something in my head. Just it gets distracted about that, and I start thinking, no, that's not what I want. Stop doing that. Please go away. Let me code. I'll let you know when I need you. Something like that. I don't know. It's very weird. I'm weird. Pricing. 1 seed, $0. What do I get? Unlimited Rapid API, unlimited in-editor AI chats, unlimited AI command instructions, no training on non-permissive data. Basic context awareness, so that's the emphasis there. Limited indexing limits, so it's not going to look at all of your code, it's going to look at part of your code. Attribution filtering, encryption in transit, optional 0-day retention, and Discord community. Sounds good. It's not expensive at all, I think. And there is a free trial. Did we do this already? We didn't. Copy this. Paste it. All right. Hey, no problem. Soul, is that how you pronounce it? Am I putting the accent in the right place? Soul? Oh, and one other thing. Don't stress about time. You have plenty. So take it easy, take it slow, take your time. You'll get there. So we have forms. Okay. What else? Tailwind CSS is already there. We do need to create there is a preset that we need to put into Tailwind CSS config file. Also, do we have forms? We probably do. Forms, typography, post CSS nesting, auto prefixer. Let me check on those first. Auto prefixer, forms, post CSS. Probably need post CSS nesting here. It's recommended. So let's install that one. npm install. Okay, we have that. Now let's work on the configuration file. Tailwind.config.js. There is the Tailwind CSS default theme and forms. We're gonna need the preset from from Filament. Otherwise, things are gonna look ugly. And then we need to pass that preset to the presets array. And we need this 3 lines, I guess. App filament, resources views filament, in vendor filament. This way, Tailwind CSS is going to know where to look for all of the templates and react accordingly. Let me review here. Resources views, app filament, resources view filament, vendor filament. Okay, that looks good. Save that. Anything else? No? Good. I'm guessing we already have this. Check the CSS, app.css. There it is. And let's check the plugins. or css.config.js, auto prefixer. Let's add this one too. Okay. Oh, and to automatically refresh the browser, I think that should be in there. So that'll be vite.config.js refresh true. Yeah, it's a little different from this, but just by having refresh true here, every time we save, the browser will reload automatically. Okie dokie. All right. Guess we're ready to put in our first form. Let's go and look at the wizard section. Similar to tabs, you may want to use a multi-step form wizard to reduce the number of components that are visible at once. These are especially useful if your form has a definite chronological order in which you want each step to be validated as the user progresses. Now, this is a form component. So first and foremost, let's add a form. And then we'll add a wizard. Adding a form to a Livewire component. We already created a Livewire component. Are we rendering it? No, we are using a full page component with a route and then adding the form. There are 5 main tasks when adding a form to a Livewire component class. Each one is essential. First, implement the HasForms interface and use the interacts with forms trait. So let's go to create add and extend or implement, sorry. Implements HasForms. And since this is a contract that has many things that we must implement, that's what the trait is for. So the trait will be use what was it? Interacts with form. If for anyone that is new here, my IDE or my VS Code, whenever I type a class, it automatically adds the import statement up here. Sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it does. So you need to use or import the interacts with forms concern and the has forms concern up here in order to use it down here. Otherwise, you're gonna get an error. Sorry. That's step number one. Next, define a public Livewire property to store your forms data. In our example, we'll call this data, but you can call it whatever you want. Let's call it data. So we're going to need a public data attribute in our Livewire component. Next, step number 3, add a form method, which is where you configure the form. Add the form schema and tell Filament to store the form data in the data property using state path data. So this looks like this. Oh, it's an array. It's an optional array data, like that. And we're going to initialize it as well as an empty array. Because Livewire has this thing where if you have a typed attribute, a typed public attribute in your component, and you try to use it or access it in your class without initializing it, it's going to explode. It will tell you you cannot touch this public property unless you have initialized it first. I'm not sure, but it's mostly, I think it's with typed properties. I might be wrong, but I've experienced it with mostly typed properties. All right, so we are going to need a public form function. Let's put it down here. I have a shortcut for that. Now this takes in a form object, form class, which comes from Filament forms. So don't forget to import it up here. Filament form, this will be called form. And not required, but very important, this is also going to return a form. So let's do return. Let's return that form and then configure the schema. Why are you being weird? Oh, and as the step indicates, we need to tell this form class to store the form data in our public data array. So set path, state path, sorry. Oh, no, not like this. It's actually just a string. Okay. And then we have our methods for creating, updating, and deleting data in that form. Step number 4, initialize the form with this form field in your mount method. This is imperative for every form that you build, even if it doesn't have any initial data. So now we don't have a mount currently, so we're going to need to add a new one here. Let's actually add it here. So another public function called mount. We don't need any parameters here. We don't have any props. And here we're going to say this form fill. You may ask, where is this form coming from? Where did I don't have any form property in this class. Where did it come? It comes from interacts with forms. I believe there should be, it's actually a public function. No, that's the public function, get forms, form. Maybe it's not here. It's coming from Filament, basically. Taking care of adding that public property to your Filament class. All right, next, step number 5, define a method to handle the form submission. In our example, we'll call this create, but you can call it whatever you want. Inside this method, you can validate and get the form's data using this form get state. This is important. It is important that you use this method instead of accessing this data property directly, because the form's data needs to be validated and transformed into a useful format before being returned. So this is this method here. They're basically just die and dump this form get state. So yeah, Filament is taking care of validating that form's data and turning it into useful information so that you can then save it in the database. But basically, always use form get state to get the form's data. And then on the template, we just need to add this HTML. So let's go to our view and just paste that. So this wire submit is the one that is calling the create method. So we are wiring this form to a method called create. Let's go ahead and create a dummy method there. This returns nothing. And let's just basically do the same thing. Let's add a dime dump here for this form get state. The X-filament action models is used to render form component action models. The code can be put anywhere outside the form element as long as it's within the Livewire component. All right, let's take a look at how that looks. It's going to look empty for sure. Or is going to throw an error. Oh, we don't have a layout? Interesting. Or it's not using a layout. What? Okay. Let me take a look at how the dashboard is doing it. No, not the dashboard. Profile? No. Well, yeah, maybe. Okay, if we're using a full page component, Livewire layout, navigation, okay. So we basically need to tell Livewire to use not the default layout, which should be in Livewire layouts, according to this, for components layouts, app, components, layouts, app. It's right there. What are you talking about? Hmm. One sec. Let's do change surrounding tag, open, and here we want to use X app layout. Will that work? No. Hmm. Why is it so hard? What am I missing? Have I get so forgetful already? Remember that full page components will use your application's layout typically defined in resources views components layouts app file. Yeah, it's right there. Resources, views, components. Oh, it's looking for it in component. No, it's not in components. I see. So it's going to look for Livewire by default is going to look for the layout file in resources views components layouts, but the layout that we want is in resources views layouts. So how can I define this? Global layout configuration. Oh yeah, let's do it like this. To use a custom layout across all components, you can set the layout key in the config file. Let's do that. Config, sorry, livewire.php. We're looking for, yeah, this. There it is. Why twice? I don't like that. Oh, I know why. That's because the view is using the layout as well. There it is. I believe your app.blade.php is not inside components. Yep, that's the thing. That was the thing, actually. Sometimes I forget that maybe it's because I'm used to using, because of the project that I'm doing on Fridays, tuning in Fridays for the Kanban board. I forget that for full page components, the layout file has a different path for Livewire than it is for, yeah, Blade, basically. Yeah, that's correct. Just change it in the config file for Livewire and you're good to go. Also, if you need to set it in a component basis, so you can change it on the config file for Livewire, application wide, if you know that you just have one layout for all of your application, or you can change it in your component directly using the layout property. Layouts app, and put it just above the render method. So that layout will apply only to that component. Sometimes you may have an application that has a layout for a sidebar and then a layout for a top bar, and you need to switch between those. And you can set it also above the class declaration instead of the render method. Or if you prefer, you can pass it on the route. No, sorry. In the render method, return a view and set the layout, chain the layout like this. This is if you need to pass dynamic attributes to the layout. Mark Swan, hi man, how you doing? What are we building? Something cool, something amazing. We are building, we're starting a new project for an advertiser, a radio advertisement website where the user can use text to speech from OpenAI to create their own ads and schedule those ads in a fictitious radio station. So text to speech to generate audio files from text, and then a kind of an appointment system where the user can schedule those ads, and then a payment integration with Paddle so that they can pay for each individual ad placement. Right now, I'm just scaffolding things, and I want to try out the. You saw the short. Thanks. I'm glad you liked it. I'm gonna be posting more shorts. By the way, I need to get good at that. So yeah, because the main component of this application is the form, I thought maybe I could use Filament forms, and specifically the wizard from Filament forms, to create like a 3-step stage where the user can enter the information for the ad, review the information before moving on to checkout, where the user can listen to the ad or the audio file, and then move on to the third step where you basically pay. By the way, been following the Kanban system lately, so this is fabulous to have caught live. Awesome. It's fabulous to have you here too. The Jeed, how you doing, man? Long time no see. Yes, new project. Awesome. Awesome indeed. How's your day going? Oh, by the way, Mark and the Jeed and everyone else, as I said before, I'm going to be streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Friday is still going to be the Kanban board until we are done with that. And Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going to work on this. So when the Kanban board wraps up, we're just going to be working on this for the time being, 3 days a week. Where was I? Form, right. All right, so we have the schema. Let's go and try and render. Can I see the page now? Yes, I could. It's just, it doesn't have anything. Just woke up. It's nice to see you live. It's nice to see you too, man. I hope you have a pleasant, I hope you have a pleasant dream. And that you have your 8 hours of sleep. 8 hours? Is it 8 or 6? I think I'm living on 6 hours right now. Super pumped. Probably can catch Friday. Don't worry. You can catch it on repeat. Have a shoot. You have a shoot? What are you shooting? Are you like a photographer or something like that? Please consider Stripe over Paddle, as quite some countries are not allowed to register with Paddle. Is it? Really? In Europe. They are easy to implement, but Stripe wins on documentation, and you can try Lemon Squeezy. My wife and I do wedding photos. Oh, nice. And video. So we have an engagement session with clients in, what is NM? I'm pretty sure that's a place, but I don't know. I didn't know that about Paddle. I was just going to do it because I've already used Stripe. It's a side gig for me. I'm a Salesforce consultant. Nice. New Mexico. Okay, thank you. That's awesome, man. So yeah, don't worry about Fridays. Everything, including this, all of these live streams are going to live on YouTube as well. So you can catch those later on at your own leisure. So don't stress about it. So I was saying that, yeah, I didn't know about the restrictions from Paddle. What's lemon squeezy? I've heard about that. Lemon squeezy. Stripe has acquired Lemon Squeezy. Oh, nice. You can get started for free. Same pricing, kind of the same pricing as Paddle. Platform, subscriptions, payments. Okay. So yeah, I thought Paddle would be a good learning experience, since we have already implemented payments with Stripe. But if it's going to be that restrictive, maybe we will give Lemon Squeezy a try. Something different. As long as we're doing something different, we're learning something new, I'm good with it. Or maybe we will do both. Who knows? Just to have options, right? Compare the two, see which one is easier. But thank you for letting me know. A cashier alternative. Oh, I see. So we can render this. It's looking empty right now, and we don't have a title, but that's because we're not using the... How do we use slots? Never mind. Let's put in a wizard form here. I just want to see it. I want to see it. So we just do wizard make, and then let's do 3 steps. This goes in the create app. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We have time. There is no deadline for this. Maybe we can just dedicate 1 day to see how Paddle works, just as a learning experience. Some people use it, some people don't. We'll just try it out and move on to the next one. It's not going to hurt anyone. So here in the schema, we're going to say, I always like to use forms, components, and then there should be a wizard here, right? No? Yeah, wizard make. Interesting that it didn't give me the option. Maybe it's because, yeah, that's why. We need to use filament forms. There it is. We have wizard and wizard step. So this will be an array, and that array will have different steps. Yeah, me too. Isn't that what... Pretty sure that's what Caleb uses for everything, I think. That's why I kind of remember that name. Yeah, me neither. I haven't tried that. It'll be a good thing to try. Actually, let me make notes about this because I want to have like a laundry list of things that I want to try on stream. So I want to give Jetstream a try sometime. Maybe go back to, I used to really like, yeah, and Aaron Francis too. I used to really like Vue, but I fell off the wagon once Livewire came into my life. So it'll be nice to go back and try something new with Vue.js and Jetstream. And what is it that it's coming out soon? Inertia 2. That'll be nice. So Jetstream, Lemon Squeezy. Oh, did you guys see, now that we're talking about Caleb? Oh, thank you, man. That's awfully nice of you. That makes me really happy. It really does. Have you guys seen the documentation for Flux? Did you see it? Did you see it? Let me show you. I saw it this morning. It's not out yet, but now we have docs. Check this out. Oh my god, it's so good. So basically, let me zoom in a little bit. We have installation steps. It's going to be super easy. We're going to have to activate it. That's how the pricing, that's how the API key will work. I got an email. Was it today? Today or yesterday? I got an email saying that the documentation dropped, and very soon the thing will go out for those who pre-order it, or I don't know. It's coming out soon. But yeah, I got an email from Caleb himself saying, just stare into the docs like a nice little present, and I did. So yeah, it's very simple. You just need 2 tags here for styles and for scripts. A little configuration on your Tailwind CSS config file, and then publish all of the components. You can customize them. Let me show you the components. I mean, we have headers. Look at that. So nice. We have headers. We have secondary headers on the sidebar. So we can have sidebar with headers, or we can just use sidebar. Oh my God, I love it. So clean, so good. Sidebar with headers as well. As soon as this drops, I'm fighting my urge to just rewrite the UI for the Kanban board. Maybe we will. I don't know. This is just too nice. We have, what do we have? Accordions, like snappy, or you can use it with transitions. We have autocomplete. We have badges with different sizes, and pails, and buttons, and colors. The usual button components with icons, with loading screens, full width, button groups. We have breadcrumbs, cards, checkbox. Look at that. Look at all that. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm already reading it. I'm halfway there. I think I was in the card section, just reading everything. But I'm just gonna eat that up. I'm gonna eat this documentation up, and as soon as that drops, we're gonna take over one of the live streams, and we're gonna just build something, just play around with it, and I'm gonna show you how it looks. I was looking at ChatCDN today. ChatCN today. It looks like this. Yes, it does. The thing that breaks my heart is that it's only for React. That reminds me. One of these days, I need to learn React because it's part of the ecosystem. I cannot keep ignoring it. So one of these days, we're just going to practice using ChatCN with React and Jetstream. Yeah, I know. That's why I need to learn how to use it, because for the longest time, I always go back to ChatCN just to window shop, you know? Oh, those components, they look so pretty, but I don't know React. Damn it. So I need to learn. I need to learn. I already know how to use Vue.js. I'm already rusty, but I can, you know, dust off my Vue.js knowledge. I already know how to use Livewire, somewhat. So React is my next goal. I just give it to Llama 3.1 and converts to, oh, really? Oh, what's Llama 3.1? Is that an AI? I know about Mary UI. Yes, that's the other option that I fell into if I don't have anything else. If I need something more advanced than the basic components that I get on from Breeze, my second option is Mary UI, not Mary UI, sorry, Wire Elements, Wire UI. Mary UI. The one thing I don't like about Mary UI, I don't know, this may not make sense, but I feel like their components are a bit too chunky for me, like too bulky. I don't know if that makes sense. I like this one's better. Wire UI is the ones that I would use after, if I don't have it on Breeze, I'll use Wire UI. It's just an LLM. You can do any chat AI like Claude, Mistral. Oh yeah, I remember reading about Llama. It's like an LLM that you run locally on your machine. Am I right? But the one thing that drove me away was the size, the sheer size of the, what's it called? The models. You have to bring your own model into the LLM, and those things are big. Vaya Webmaster, hola, comencé a buscar información sobre Filament y me salió tu canal. He visto tus otros videos, así que sé que hablas español. Saludos desde México. Muchas gracias por compartir. Thank you so much, Baja. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I do speak Spanish, but all of my content right now, as of now, is in English, because when I was learning, everyone that I watched speaks English. So I was predominantly influenced by English speaking content creators. So when I was deciding which side to take, I could create content in Spanish or English. But I was so biased over the English content that I was already consuming that I leaned over that direction. In the future, I'm considering having a different channel just for Spanish content. It'll be down the road, but it's in the stars. Thank you for being here. 5 gigabytes? Yeah, that's big. Especially for me. Well, no, I mean, I don't have problems now, but I do remember one of my earliest computers. I was always running into space problems. It had a very, very small disk drive and plenty of games. Yeah, and you need a big chunk of memory. That's correct. At the end of the day, UI is nice, but all you have to do is use what you. I mean, it shouldn't be a blocking. This shouldn't be an obstacle for whatever you want to use. So always start with the basic and then move from there. For me, Flux is going to be the default for everything, probably. But yeah, you can use Breeze. It has nice UI, nice components. You can create your own if you have the time, or use any of the many component libraries that are there. Some of them have their advantages, some of them have their little quirks, but at the end of the day, it's whatever fits your project and what and your project needs. Do you know how the amount of work that it takes to create subtitles? It's kind of big. That's why I haven't done it. I can barely keep up with creating content, streaming live, full-time job, you know. It's difficult. That's why you know, the auto-generated subtitles, I've seen them. They do quite a good job. Not quite there yet, but it's the best option right now. Filament PHP with Livewire is good. It is good. It is really, really good. Hi, Abdul. How you doing, man? Thank you for being here. Twitch chats look so empty. Poor Twitch chat. Let's see. I don't even know if anyone is watching on Twitch. I'll check later. Let's make a project together. That sounds really, 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 really good. Yeah, why not? Of course. Let's pitch an idea and let's why don't we take one stream one day and think of an idea and let's just speed run it, you know? Co-op style. Co-op dev. I moved from full stack Laravel to Laravel API and React Native. I moved from full stack Laravel to, that's a second. Did you copy and paste that? React Native. That's nice. I briefly tried React Native at some point in my life when I had the app bug, you know? I wanted to create apps, and one of the things that I tried was React Native, but that was years ago. Yeah, we can talk about it. We can brainstorm ideas. That sounds like a fun idea. Yeah. Got sidetracked with so many good stuff. All right, let's try to replicate this form. I just want to see it. So let's add a wizard step here. So forms, components, wizard step. And that'll be make. Let's give it a name. Add. Rajesh. Hello from Nepal. Hi, man. Thank you for being here. So nice to see you. All the way from Nepal. That's awesome. Yeah, me too. I love it. I've never used it. Funny enough. I just want to see how it looks. So this is make. We're going to need a schema for this. So let's just try a couple of things. Maybe let's take a look at the other form. So let's go back. So we want one drop down, one text area. Let's just try that. Sorry. Redex Gaming, also from Nepal. 2 guys from Nepal. What are the odds of that? Thank you so much for being here. So nice to see you. What time is it in Nepal right now? I'm curious. Hold on, let me just get this form input here and I'll get to your comment, James, real quick. Forms, components. Let's not worry about, no, let's do select, make, Oh, it's not so bad. 9 a.m. Okay. Compared to some other people that wake up at 4 a.m. That's really nice. Sorry. Oof. I'm gonna butcher this one. Amrendra. Did I do it right? Amrendra. Hello from India. Which project are we working on today? We're creating an advertisement website where users can use text to speech to create ads for the radio, and they can schedule them and pay for them on a per ad basis. This will be type of that's type of business. Yeah, whatever. How do we add data to? I don't care. Type business. That's one. Forms, components, text input, make. What's the other? No, that's just this is not a text input. This is a text area. Ooh, I didn't want that. What the hell? Not emit. This. Um. Add copy. I think that's how you say it. James, off topic, but I'm going nuts trying to make Stripe PHP work with Livewire. There's legit nothing out there. There is one thing out there. I'll post the link in a second. I only found one person talking about storing the payment intent in the database, but I don't know. Well, the thing with Stripe is that I don't think you need to store the payment intent anymore, because they have the billing portal where you just take the user to Stripe, they do their thing on their portal, and they just send you back with the confirmation of the payment. Let me see if I can find the video we created about it. Hold on. I see the chat, the Twitch message. I'll be there in a second. So I created this video about Stripe. Where is it? Is it in live? Markdown. There it is. Stripe with Laravel Cashier. Oh, I'm dumb. I have it on another window. Hold on. I can do this. I can do this. There. You can go to that video. Maybe it'll help you out. And if it doesn't, and if you have any questions, just let me know. First time chat from the ball player 42. I see Laravel dev I follow, and I thank you for follow, and I hope to see you more here. Thank you for the follow, man. So nice. So you can do that. Hold on. Got off track here. Add label. Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you, Abdul. I'm not using column. I'm using a form. So you can do that and still refresh the content without refreshing the whole page or go into a success URL. You actually tell Stripe where you want to go back once the transaction is successful. So you provide your own post back URL. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to do it. I don't know how to do that one exactly because for that, you kind of need a different integration. But the good thing about doing it with their portal is, and this is kind of the standard for every other place where I pay for stuff and using Stripe. It's better to let them handle everything from the credit card information, the inputs, everything else, and you just it's not intrusive so that the user is like bothered because it's a very simple step. You collect, you basically tell Stripe, this is the product that I want to, that the user wants to purchase. So the user just sees the details of the product, how much you're going to pay, just click pay. It's just one click and they then go back to your application where you can show thank you for your payment, etc., etc. You get all of the information about the user and the purchase that they did, and you get, if it was a subscription, you get the subscription information about the product and everything else. And also, you don't have to worry about billing because they handle that too. You can integrate their billing portal in your website, just taking the user to Stripe where they will take care of the billing and payment information, etc., etc. And it's secure and it's on their side. And you just worry about your side of the page. Yeah, it's much better to offload all of the payment stuff. Let them do the heavy lifting, and you just worry about keeping the user information, what kind of products they purchased, etc. Way easier that way. Yeah, I know, but hopefully you'll see it. I mean, if you try it out once and you see how simple it is, even with the one redirect, because it's just one redirect, you click pay, you go to their page, they click pay, and they come back. It's just one trip. And yeah, it's kind of, I guess it falls to a personal preference. If you really, really don't like that, I'm sure there are ways to do it. I just don't know. I don't have, because I was like you. I was trying to find information about that, doing it within the page and updating everything there. Couldn't find anything. Invoices are in the billing platform in Stripe still. You can generate those too, but it's also something that you can offload to them. So billing, invoices, etc. All right, cool. I'm glad I could help. Again, if you need any more help, I'm always available. Just send me a message, Discord, comments, anywhere you can find me, or even an email. Oof, this looks ugly. Why? Oof. What happened here? Oh, the preset. Are you looking for typography? Did I not install that? Okay. We need to install one more thing. Tailwind CSS typography. Tall stack UI. Never heard of that. It's really cool. 30 plus blade components. Huh. I'm not a fan of the colors though, but yeah, it looks good. Date pickers. Is it Tailwind CSS? Where are the docs? Yeah, Tailwind CSS. Yeah, I can give it a try. Looks really clean. Nice. Making a note. Tall stack UI. Taking note of everything. We have a lot of things to do already. That's awesome. Let me take care of this real quick. Just want to see the page. Just want to see it. The hell is going on? Why is everything so ugly? Is it because of the Livewire? No, I don't think so. Everything is in resources, views. Hmm. I shouldn't have to. That's what's bothering me. I shouldn't have to customize the colors. It should just work. I mean that would work if I want to change the primary colors to something else. But if I didn't want it to, I don't think I should have to. What's going on here? It works for you? Okay. Actually, why don't we, instead of that, why don't we try not extending anything? That's worse. So basically, I think the problem is this preset here. Let me check something out real quick. Yeah, it's the preset screwing me over. What does Google say about it? Don't know. What the docs say about it? Maybe I missed a step. Yeah, I missed this step, configuring the layout. I need to add the filament styles to my layout file. That was simple. Rajesh, off topic. Don't worry about it. We can sidetrack as much as you want. It's all right. Are you planning to create an e-commerce app using Filament for the backend and Livewire for the front end? No, I'm thinking about just make it everything with Breeze because the pretty much all of the application is going to be behind authorization because the user needs to sign up first and then work within work behind that. So I'm just going to use Breeze with Livewire as the flavor. And I'm going to use Filament forms and tables as separate components. So I'm going to use Filament for the basically the backend, which is going to be the bulk of the application. Livewire with Filament. I'm interested in features like product management, order processing, add to cart functionality, and cash on delivery. I don't know about cash on delivery, but at least product management, well, is not too much. There's going to, well, there might be. Right now, they only have one product, which is one 20-second ad, which is one price. But there might be more options. So that's one product management feature that we could implement. Order processing, that's going to be a thing because the user has to process their order and review past orders. Add to cart, that's just going to be review all of the ads that you wanted and pay for them. So yeah. I noticed there aren't any courses on this topic on YouTube. Really? That's interesting. And I would love to learn from you. I appreciate that. I'll do my best to cover most of those in this project because yeah, that sounds very familiar to what I'm doing here. And I hope that that would be of help to you. So yeah, I need to go to my layout file. And I need to add the styles here. Filament styles. And I think there is also filament scripts right here. In fact, they're doing the scripts up here. Let me do it differently then. And let's go down a few lines. And right before the body, I'm going to paste this, and it's going to be resources, JS, app.js. And above that is going to have Filament scripts. Cool, cool, cool. Let's try that again. Go back to tailwind.config.js. Let's uncomment this here. Save. Just for sanity's sake, let's restart Vite. It's looking better. That submit button, it's ugly. Why is this on? Why is this? Oh, I know why. I was wondering why all of the sudden this is on light mode. When we implement the preset, Filament takes over. So we need to enable dark mode ourselves. Let me do that real quick. Dark mode selector, is it? Yeah. Then with that, we can go to the layout. Go to the top and just say dark. I think. Yeah, there you go. Submit button goes away. But look, we have steps. I need to make this, I need to put this in the center of the screen. We have add, let's add another step. Here. Oh, why are you doing that? Why are you like this? Forms, components. Wizard step. I'm not in the right place, am I? Yeah. Goes here. Make. What's that for? Hamad? X filament button, wire click. Open new user model, new user. Oh, for the button? Yeah, the button. Where is it? Create that. Yeah, it's lack of classes right now. In fact, we can use X button. Is it X button? Let me check. Breeze comes with a bunch of components. Okay, primary button. There. I just have to style it a bit more. Oh, right. I could use the filament button. You're totally right. Let's try that. Just so that it aligns with the style. So change surrounding tag, open X, sorry. Yeah, X filament button. And I don't need to use wire click because I have the form for that. There. Thank you, Hamad. See, make this step is going to be review and it's right off the gate. Let's add another one. Form. I'm just going to copy this. Yoink and paste. What's that? Call to member function is contained on no. What are you talking about, Willis? Oh, I need to put all of this inside the other array. Here. Well, I don't like that. This one goes there. This one goes there. And you... Wait. Hold up. Man, indentation. There. That's how it's supposed to be. We have one step here, ends here, one step here, ends here, one step here, ends here. There you go. And we have our steps here, noise. Click next, go to the next one, and the next one. And we have check marks when we complete them. Yep, move to up. That was the thing. It's I think I'm gonna have to work on my, get better indentation. I'm getting lost already with this indentation pattern, so I'm gonna work on that. Yeah, we have a form. We just need to style this page a little bit better, make it stay inside. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that header at the top or maybe change the colors a bit, maybe customize the color so that it follows the style of Breeze. A lot of things to do. But I think we already, how much, Jesus, time flies when you're having fun. 2 hours. I was planning on going live for 1 hour, but look at the time. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for keeping me entertained. And I hope I can keep you entertained and educated as well. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. We're going to keep doing this every 2 days. Wizard make, submit action, new HTML string button type. Well, yeah, we could do that. Mark Swan, cheers, man. Cheers to you as well. Hamad, thank you so much. Hide the button to last one. That's a very good trick. Thanks for all the knowledge. Thank you for the company and for being here and for being awesome. Abdul as well for always helping me out. Yeah, that's I'm gonna have to add stylings to everything in this page. It's gonna be fun. Rajesh, Hamad, James, Joel, who else? Milan, of course, Dijit, and everyone else. Redex Gaming, Amrendra. If I'm missing one, I apologize, but everyone else, to everyone who was here with me, thank you so much. I'll see you guys every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Next is Friday. We're going to continue working on the Kanban board this Friday. So I'll see you there. And if you want to follow me on Twitch, go ahead and do so. If you type, actually, here's the link. Hold on. Does that work? No, that didn't work. Okay, you can find me on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube, whatever you want to, in any platform you feel comfortable. So you can follow me there. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so that you don't miss anything. And today I forgot the tweet and Discord, but moving forward, I'm going to let you know on Discord and on Twitter every time I go live, so you can stop by and say hi. Happy coding. Let's. Oh, jeez. Yeah, go to bed, please. Don't stay up. Yeah, it's if it's almost midnight for you. So, see you again, guys, on Friday. If you like the content, if you find any of this helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye.